4:30 and I've only just managed to start recording today. It's Monday. I've already been up to London this morning, been on 2 projects, and now I'm back doing some pricing and extras work. But yeah, it's been a busy day. I took my camera up to London, but it has been pouring down all day. Do you want to see on site, or do you just want to see all the back end stuff? Let me know in the comments below. But that has been Monday so far. And then I've got a prep for tomorrow because I'm doing some consultancy stuff tomorrow. I've got 2 consultancy things tomorrow. One is a really interesting business, handle all of like the fines and payments for fleet companies. And then the second is potentially a company set up which is doing heritage stone cleaning and stuff like that. So anyway, out of interest, I found myself in this weird place where I do consultancy for other businesses in the early stages. So if you are setting up a business or you have an existing business and you want to sort of take it to the next level, I work with people who are doing that. Of course, if you're a member of the syndicate and you do any of that stuff, you get some of that for free, right? For whatever reason, I'm quite good at that, like the early stage stuff. I think it's because I had a lot of coaching and consultancy in my infancy as a business owner. But where my business is, an established business which has been around for a few years, which needs systems and refinement and stuff, you know, I'm looking for a consultant to help me do that. So it's funny, isn't it? Just levels. It's just levels. Right, that's meeting number 1 done. Client number 1 done. So on Tuesdays, what I do is I do all my consultancy work. So people who I work with who are setting up businesses or starting businesses or running businesses who I'm helping, I meet up with them if I can on the Tuesday and we have an in-person thing and we go through it. So it's a really, I think, a really exciting business. The guy who runs the business is maybe at the point where it's not that exciting. Do you know what I mean? And there's like lots to do. And it can be overwhelming, especially when you're on your own. But then I get to see it from a distance, right? So I get to come in and look at it and go like, wow, this is cool. This is good. All of this is there. You're making money, but you don't even have this in place. So it's, you know, there's loads of potential. I really like that business. The next one is someone who is, it's not an existing business. It's a business idea. And the person reached out to me and ran the idea past me and their plan, because I don't really believe in, I mean, I'm not going to dismiss business plans, but businesses don't really go to plan, I don't think. I think you can do it. I've never done it. But the other thing is spending money. You don't want to spend money really. You want to invest, and investing is different. Spending money is like you're just you're spending money and then you're hoping for the best. Investing is way more like, I've got a plan. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's how I'm going to do it. I just need this money to make it happen. That's different, right? I've helped people in the past who were going to do that, do the business plan, and they were going to like take a punt and spend money. And then I've helped them do it the other way, which is like to essentially get the business first. And then they get investment. They get people to give them money, you know, or they've had people come to them and offer them, well, hang on a minute, I'll buy you the thing and you pay me back. So, and it's such a better way of doing it. De-risks it a bit. I really enjoy doing this stuff. I know I should spend, well, there's an argument to say I should spend more time on my business or in my business. But you know what? I get a lot of, I think doing this stuff makes me a better business owner, because I'm seeing the same patterns over and over again. I'm seeing how to implement the same systems, and I take that all into my own business as well. So I'm enjoying it, put it that way. It's working for me right now. He's due here in 5 minutes. Then after that, I'm heading over to Winter Classics to pick up my Land Rover. So then I can start putting together a video featuring deck. So that'll be cool. Right, cool, let's get on with it. He's back. Deck is back on the channel and running nicely. Thank you very much to Martin from Windsor Classics. It was a solenoid. They've sorted it out. And they've also given him a bit of a tidy up because he needed it, because unfortunately I had neglected him a little bit. I'm just navigating some horrendous traffic. Let me show you. And it's a terrible afternoon. Like, it's Tuesday afternoon now, so and the weather is shocking. Okay, get back to Henley, get something to eat, and I mean, it's green light, can't go anywhere. Love it. Beeping will help. There he is, he's back. A bit worse for wear. This rope is like, you see there, this rope's getting a bit tatty. Needs a bit of a clean up. He needs a bit of love, and he needs a bit of use, because he's not been used for the last, I'm gonna say like the last 3-4 months. I'm gonna make sure I find some time, take him out, give him a clean up, and just run it a little bit, and plan a nice day for it as well. I've got to get back to my computer now. I've got a few more emails to do and a few more things to sort. Customers sending confusing emails, which I'll have to somehow figure out. So let's go on with it. Wednesday morning. It's a nice day today. Well, it's nice right now. Who knows what could happen. I've been doing all right this week. I've been sleeping. Work is all right. You know, stuff is trickling in. Did those consultancy bits yesterday. They were good. There's some momentum happening with those businesses. I really like spending my time around people who are ideas people and who have their businesses set up and do that sort of stuff. It's just a different frequency. Like, people who are doing that, they just have, I don't know, they just have a different energy, you know? And as someone who's had to spend time around people who are perhaps less desirable, you know, they really zap your energy. It's so nice to be around people that are excited, and I get excited for them and with them, and it's just, I really enjoy it. Anyway, I'm on my way to jiu-jitsu. Well, actually, that's a lie. I'm on my way to get a coffee and do some reading, and then I'll be going to jiu-jitsu. I got distracted this morning. This annoyed me. I got distracted this morning with some bullshit legal stuff from some fucking idiot, and that took about half an hour out of my morning, which I really resent. Got annoyed, right? Not angry, not emotional, just annoyed. And I'm just like, I do find it quite tedious. Here's what I'll say. I won't talk about anyone in particular, but I do find it quite tedious dealing with morons. Do you know what? Like, a lot of people, they say all the right things, as in they'll say things like, I don't think I'm better than anyone else, and everyone's equal. And do you know what? I just don't think it's true. I think there are some people out there who are just really stupid. The way they live their lives is, you know, is not the way I would choose to live mine. Let's put it that way. And ultimately, I guess I feel sorry for these people, because they're never going to get results. Do you know what I mean? They're never going to get results. But, you know, when you look at them and you look at all the people that they've like negatively impacted, and then when you're the person who's standing up to them and you see the way they try it on, I have a hard time having any interactions with those people. You know, I just find them to be, I don't know how you describe it. But in my older years, I know I'm not that old, right? But I've been around the block a few times. And I'm getting to that point in my life where my tolerance for dullards is very, very low. And I wonder how people who run bigger businesses than mine, which most are, and deal with way more people than I do, I wonder how they do it. I wonder how you get through it dealing with fucking idiots. And I also get frustrated with things that don't make sense. Like, I was on hold this morning to the court, and the hold message, right, to get through to in the right queue was really slow. Like they're sort of like, visit www. Like that is really slow, and it fucking winds me up so much because I just want to like fucking just get on with things, and the things that I'm not good at, I'm like fucking I ignore them or whatever. So interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna go read a book, have a coffee, go train, work off some of this energy. I also have to film my episode of Founders Field Notes for upload tonight, and I'll do that. Fucking traffic's terrible today. Gotta remember that on my way back. I'll do that on the way back from jiu-jitsu. So I'll use the car journey to shoot my Founders Field Notes. And then I have to decide if I'm going to sign up for this comp this weekend, and I'll have to look at that later. You know what? I set this goal of competing twice before Christmas. And you know what? I just don't know if I'm going to hit that goal. My mind is just not there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I do really want to compete. I've just got, my mind is just on so many other things. And it's interesting, right? I don't have a wife or kids or anything like that, right? So I get to dedicate pretty much all of my time selfishly to whatever I want to do. However, I still find that I have limited bandwidth for that. You know, I think running 3 businesses, 3.5 businesses is enough. And although I want to compete and I want to, do that as well, even the ability to think about the dates and book them, I just don't. I know there's one coming up this weekend. I'm like, yeah, cool, I need to book that. But even if I book it, I'm like, well, how will I structure my training around that before I compete? And do I have enough time to even consider that? Because the way I train is I just grab the opportunity when it comes my way. I'm literally just thinking out loud. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Should I be setting a goal there? Do you know what I mean? Like I've got business goals and I've got personal health goals and all the rest of it. Should I be worrying about that, or should I just put it to the back of the queue for a time when business isn't priority? I am in a real season of business right now, a real season of like work. And to be honest, I'm quite enjoying it. I'm quite enjoying just chipping away, chipping away at the all the things I've got to do. The idea of prioritizing like a health goal right now is, I don't know, it doesn't really fire me up. And this is amazing that this rant is been without caffeine. But let's get a coffee in us and let's get to jiu-jitsu. morning. It is Thursday morning. Is it Thursday morning? Yeah. Yeah, it is Thursday morning. I haven't had a coffee yet. The weather is diabolical, but I'm up early. I think it's about 7 o'clock. It's not, it's 8. Fucking hell. I lost an hour quick there. I'm going to nip out for a coffee in the gym, and then it's just cracking on today with the to-do list. Training is very much a maintenance thing at the moment. I'm not pushing for PBs in the gym. I'm not really fussed about my performance in the gym right now. I'm just continuing to train and keep active and stay in shape and maintain a healthy weight. The same with jiu-jitsu. I'm just trying to stay on the mat to some degree, stay healthy, not injured. If I progress, that's cool, but it's not really my chief focus. I'm not very good at doing things half-assed, right? I'm a kind of all or nothing guy. I'll figure it out. Be interesting to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. I'm getting better at that, right? Asking for engagement. I'll tell you something funny. I won't say too much about it, but I had a bit of a spat with someone yesterday over email, and I don't know why I get dragged into it, honestly. Anyway, and his insult to me was like that I have low engagement on my social media channels. Hit me where it hurts, bro. Fucking hell. Like, the fact that some people think that your social media engagement is important is insane to me. Like, there is a big world out there. There are businesses to build and people to help and buildings to build and houses to refurbish and products to manufacture, and people think that getting too few views on your YouTube video is important, or that's what I'm focused on. It's fucking well funny to me, and it makes you realize how small-minded people are. Like, that's what people think that you care about. Like, fucking crazy. Like, they just don't understand, do they? They do not understand what it's like to create something meaningful. In the interest of being as productive as possible, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take this. And these two products together, I haven't taken these in a while, these two products together really help with a bit of focus. And they help me get dialed in, because I get quite distracted by things. There's always something else to do, jump around. Right. I left the house just wearing a hoodie and a gilet. Got straight outside. And it's not pissing it down, but it's definitely a horrible, drizzly wet day. Had to go straight back in and get my barber jacket. Terrible. Got a couple of messages while I was in the gym from the guys on site. Just more headaches on site, more more problems. On one of the jobs, there were a load of variations on one of the floors. So we had to reprice that floor and wait for the customer to approve those variations, which took a day. So we were off site for a day on another job because they approved it and were like, yep, cool, get going. And then when we went back, they've started putting up ceilings. So we can't access all the work we priced. There's like, obviously with building, it's really interesting because people are making decisions and they want to keep the schedule moving. They want to keep the schedule moving. But every decision has a consequence, right? And it's going to affect one of the trades at some point. And it's trying to get all of these trades to align. Jim was all right. Felt a bit better today. Felt a bit stronger. Because, you know, if you watched any of my other vlogs, I was complaining about feeling a bit under the weather. So that's good. Slept all right last night as well. Oh, here's an interesting thing. My Founders Field Notes episode from yesterday, that's triggered a few people. I knew it would, right? Do you know what's the most interesting about it? I don't know what this says about me, but I do find when people get offended by that kind of stuff, I do find it a little bit pathetic. I think it's the word. Like, I've seen things on the internet and which sometimes apply to me, you know, or someone has directly insulted me at some point, and part of me thinks like, oh, you know, on the surface, but I don't give a shit. Do you know what I mean? I don't give a shit. And that's not because I don't care what people think. It's more a case of I don't care what, a lot of the time, what people think of me is none of my business, first of all. And second of all, I don't care about people's opinions who I don't care about. So, for example, let me give you an example. I used to work with this business coach called David Hames. And David Hames was the CEO of Itsu, you know, the sushi chain. He's an older gentleman, really knows his shit, has grown multiple businesses, helped others. Like, he's the real deal. He ain't some Instagram, I've only built a coaching business guy. He's the real deal. I worked with him for probably about a year, and I learned a lot from him. And at one point, we were in a sort of session, a meeting, and I said to him, would you give me some feedback? And he said, feedback on what? And I said, feedback on me. And he sat back in his chair, but he said like, and was like, And I was like, oh shit, he's going to say something which this might sting, is what I thought. And he delivered some really constructive criticism on my personality and character and the way I do things. And specifically, one of the things he said, he was like, with business, he was like, you've had it too easy. And you think that you're better at this than you are, right? And I was like, shit. Now, the interesting thing, that might have stung on the surface, but I knew he was right. Because when someone says something to you that you know is true, you kind of know it, right? It can be an inconvenient truth, but you still know it's the truth. And the second thing is, this is a guy whose opinion I respect. And I listened, man, and I took it all on board. Do you know what I mean? And I adjusted many things after that. The point of the matter is, like, if it's someone who you respect or has a history or a track record of success in a particular area that you're trying to replicate, or, you know, then that counts. If it's just some dick on the internet who's never done anything and they've got plenty of criticisms to level at you, well, guess what? I don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? And some people say like, oh, that's narcissistic. No, it's not. It's fucking realistic. It's logical, right? If you're a really successful business entrepreneur and you want to criticize my business and the way I'm doing things, then guess what? I'm probably going to take note. But if you've never fucking sold a sausage, I don't give a shit. Do you know what I mean? It's the same as fitness advice. If you are weaker, like physically weaker than me, like always injured or getting injured, and maybe even younger than me, you know, and like, I'm not listening. Like, I've got a better idea of it. However, if you're really well trained, you've got a great track record of success with yourself or other people, then I'm probably going to pay attention because you know what works. Everyone thinks they're a fucking expert, right? Everyone. And, you know, there's been times where, me included, I've been spouting off like a lower, but the fact of the matter is, I can't help anyone. Well, it's a question, right? You let me know in the comments. I don't think I can help anyone who's already far exceeded what I've done. This is why I like working with people who are starting businesses, because I've done that and I've started businesses and I've been through that and I've made all of those mistakes. And I've helped people start their businesses, and I can say to them, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that, because that's what I fucking did. Do you know what I mean? I learned the hard way. Pass that on. That's a rant for you, isn't it? That might trigger some people too. Fucking. One feature of this new Land Rover, which I've never had in my car before, see it's running, is that I've got the app, and you can set the climate on the app. So on a cold morning like today, I literally just turned it on from my phone, set the temperature, although it doesn't turn the heated steering wheel and the seats on. First world problems. So it is Friday morning. It's a really nice morning, actually. It's a really nice day. Sun's out. But unfortunately for me, I've got to drive to Heathrow to pick up a load of gear, and then I'll be taking it back to the lockup so the boys have got plenty of material. The alternative is organising a delivery, and then you end up waiting all day for a delivery driver to turn up, and they never turn up when they say they're going to show up, and they can never find the place anyway. So because my lockup is buried away in the depths of the countryside for security reasons. I say that, it was the lockup that I could get. But first, I'm going to head to Cooper's. I've got to meet Jo. Jo runs the office and all that stuff. I've got to meet her, and we're going to have a bit of a meeting, have a coffee. And then I've got to get back. A load of stuff to do, including a few phone calls. Some of that unloaded. We've got some coatings, they all need to go. All the mastics and some graphite mastics just for the guys to stock up on, and some bat. There's a load of other manufacturer stuff here, and then we've got loads of waste to get rid of. And then I've got an old van here that I need to get rid of as well. This old van. So this lockup is like really handy, but we haven't used it, or we haven't been using it recently because we've just been doing so much stuff. And God, it's a shithole up here. Really needs a day of just clearing out up here. I think there's just so much. It's not very organised. It needs organising and cleaning. This is what I found in business in general. If you take your eye off anything for a short period of time, it's gonna like turn to shit. Is just the way it goes. And I am not. It's not my best. Maintaining things is not my strong suit. I tend to like set things up and then I'm on to the next thing. Do you know what I mean? So this definitely needs a bit of TLC up here. I will schedule in a day. I tell you what I could do actually. I could order a hippo bag to here and clear out all of this and then just have them come and collect it. Anyway, that's the gear unloaded. I think I've had a bunch of emails since this morning. So I'm going to go home. There was definitely something on my list, which I'm forgetting as well. But I'm going to go home, have some lunch because it's like 2:00. Get onto all the emails. Friday afternoon now. So hopefully the phone will stop ringing. It goes one way or the other. Either the phone stops ringing or everyone starts calling you on a Friday and you're like, thanks guys. Don't look back there, my desk is a real mess. It's like 5:30 now, so I got back, had some lunch and just jumped straight on with doing some pricing. It's a really nice day and I was like, oh, I'll do a bit and then I'll get outside. And now it's getting dark. Because I've built this AI estimator, I'm testing it out. So every time an inquiry comes in, I just keep putting it back in and refining it. And there's loads of tweaking to do. So I've been doing a lot of that stuff. I'm just going to finish up here, and I've put my phone away for the day. Or I brick my phone. If you haven't heard of brick, let me show you. It's this funny little magnetic device. Focus. And you scan it on your phone, and you set up a little profiles, and it blocks you out of all the like social media apps. So I use it to stop me from looking at looking at Instagram and stuff. So for example, if I'm posting on Instagram, I'll make my post and then I'll brick my phone, and I try not to look at any social media. Go do that, and then this evening I'll start editing together my YouTube videos, because it's Friday night, isn't it? Rock and roll. It is Saturday morning, a drizzly Saturday morning. I've had to get a road soda. Had to get a takeout coffee on the way. Just heading into jiu-jitsu. Saturday is just sparring, right? It's just open rounds. And I usually come in, or I try to come into Saturdays or the open round sparring sessions with just a bit of a plan as to what I want to work on, and then just try and work on that. I need to really work on being more offensive and less defensive. So I need to start wrestling up, and I need to start getting on top more. So that's for those who don't do jiu-jitsu, this is going to sound so gay, but it is what it is. And then I have no plans for this afternoon, none. Had an interesting conversation this morning outside the coffee shop. I bumped into someone who I don't actually know, but I only know him from socials. So he has a big YouTube channel. I actually know one of his partners. I'm not gonna say who it is because it's private, right? But has a big social media presence, and is in the property space. Let's just say that. And I see him around town sometimes, but he's often with his family, so I don't bother him. And then he was sat outside the coffee shop today on his own. So I approached him and said hello, and said I watched all your videos and I really enjoy your stuff and blah blah. And we got to chatting. I said we've got a mutual friend, and then we started talking about business. And I said, "Oh, how's business for you?" And he was like, "Mate, it's never been worse. It's never been slower." And you know, we were kind of like, said, look, it's the same for us, right? It's really tough at the moment. There's like speaking the government about these new taxes and this, and it's like, do you know what? I won't waffle on about it, but it is quite concerning when you speak to other successful business owners. I mean, this guy is one of the best in his field in the country, and you hear that he's having a really bad year, and you're just like, it's fucking shocking. It's crazy. The UK is really struggling. But that being said, I watched an interview the other day. James Sinclair, who's a YouTuber I follow, puts out some really good business stuff, and he interviewed, I forget the guy's name, but it's the guy who started and sold Phones for You, and he exited that company for like over $1 billion. Did really well. And they were talking to him about business and his approach to that. Like when James Sinclair started talking about taxes and how tough it is and how hostile it is at the moment, and he was like, if your business is suffering because of that stuff, then you need to change your business. Not as in change exactly what you're doing, but change the way you're doing it. And do you know what? I do agree with him. Because I'm that guy. I'll spend a lot of time going like, oh, it's because of the government and it's because of the tax and it's because... Is it? Or is it because I'm not adapting to the changing landscape? It's an interesting point, right? Yes, it is tough out there. And yes, our government absolutely suck. But it doesn't mean you can't make money. It's just food for thought, right? I'm at jiu-jitsu now, and there is a parking space right out the front. It's my lucky day. So thanks for watching today's vlog.
spent the day in High Wycombe at a jiu-jitsu competition. I'll put the footage for that in next week's vlog. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash the thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I drop 2 new videos every week, and the next video will be Founders Field Notes on Wednesday. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.